So, okay. So it's wonderful that I'm getting a chance to be with all of you today evening. So today we are going to talk about the reading section. Under the reading section, we are going to look into the, uh, you know, true, false, not given question, which many of them, find difficult. So before we begin, I would like to first speak about the IELTS exam a bit, and then we can, get into the true, false, not given part of it. So most of you are here. That means you already know what IELTS exam is, but still I would like to give a brief description. So IELTS is an exam you have to take when you want to go abroad, either for studying or for working purposes. So splitting it into two, when you want to study abroad, that is in a university or college, or you want to do an internship, you have to give your academic IELTS. And if you're looking to work, or you want to secure a visa, then you will have to give your general IELTS. So this is the first decision you will have to make once you decide that you want to do your IELTS. The next decision you'll have to make is whether to give a computer based test or a written based test. So there are very minor differences. For those who are really strong in their typing, or who are really good with technology, you can opt for your computer based test. But there are a few drawbacks, like for example, in the reading section you generally get 1 hour time, and plus 10 minutes. This 10 minutes is to transfer your answers from your question paper to your answer sheet, whereas in your computer based test, because you're directly writing it, directly typing it down on a computer, you will not get that extra time to 10 minutes extra time to transfer your answers. So mostly it doesn't take 10 minutes to transfer the answers, so you get a little time to revise and recheck. But in your computer based test you will not get that. Same goes for listening as well. So generally your listening has 40 questions. You have 30 minutes for that. Your reading has 40 questions. You have 1 hour. Your writing has uh, task 1 and task 2, and you have 1 hour for that. And your speaking has 3 tasks, and you that happens from 11 to 14 minutes approximately. So these are the things. These are the basics of IELTS exam. Your scoring is based on 0 to 9 bands, and that is how 5.5 being the average. There's no pass or fail. This is how it is. So now let's get into the reading part of IELTS. So you might be wondering, what are the differences when it comes to academic IELTS and general IELTS. So there are, again, that also there are very minor differences. The major difference being writing task 1. So under writing task 1, for the academics you will get graph or a pie chart, and you'll have to describe it. For your general IELTS, you will get a letter writing. That will be a major difference. In your reading, it will be different, your passages will be different, but your answer question types will be the same. So today what we are going to look at is common for academic and general. So your questions might, your texts might change, but your question is going to remain the same. Your question being true, false, not given. So when it comes to this true, false, not given, many of them find it difficult. It's a little tricky because we are not trained to look at true, false, not given in every situation. So this true, false, not given question requires you to identify if information in a text is true or not, or again whether it is given or not. You will be given a number of factual statements. You'll be given a number of factual statements, and you have to check the text to see if they're true or not. So further going into that, I would just yes, I would like to keep this switched on so that you yes, okay. So okay, so like I said, um, you will be given a number of factual questions, and you'll have to check whether they are true, whether they are false, whether they are given or not given, and all that. So this is probably the most difficult question on the reading paper, and difficult question as in that's from my point of view, but then you might find other questions difficult. Stay tuned. We will be covering different type of questions during different webinars. So common problems that most of the students face. The biggest problem here is the not given option. Many of them, that is where they stumble, that's where they get confused. most students are not used to answering questions like this, and it causes them, a lot of problems because we are not used to it. We don't look for a not given thing. So they also spend too much time in, trying to find out the not given answers, and this in turn affects their timing. Again, 40 questions, if you have to read a big passage and then you have to figure out the answers with each question, there are totally, if you would have attended my reading general reading webinar, you would have heard me say there are 14 different type of reading questions. So these 14 types, so you'll have such a lot of variety. So completing all this in 1 hour is tricky. So when it comes to that, you cannot uh, afford to lose a lot of time on the not given question. So this is one portion, that is the timing sense, is one portion where students really fail. Students also fail to understand exactly what each statement means, and because of this they find it difficult to identify if it is true or false. Many focus on the keywords instead of understanding the statement on whole. So all this happens. Another common mistake is identifying keywords. you know what happens is, when it comes to true false not given, just identifying the keywords is not going to help. You have to understand the statement as a whole. And for every section of IELTS, this is something very very important to be remembered: synonyms. Literally, the IELTS people play with you with the synonyms. The synonyms is the crux. That's where they hide most of the correct answers. So you have to pay attention to it. And then finally, some students fail to understand exactly what is true, what is false, and what exactly is not given. They get confused between the difference between true, false, and not given. So we'll be looking at all of this today. So now let's just start with what I said. Those are the problems. We'll just look at the solutions now. So if a text agrees, if any of you have any doubts, please note them down. At the end of the session, we'll have some time, and that time you can clear your doubts. Yes. So, if the text agrees with or confirms the information in the statement, the answer is true. Okay, it's as simple as that. If the text contradicts or is opposite to the information in the statement, the answer is false. And if there is no information, it is not given. That's all. Or it is impossible to know, then it is not given. What happens is, this true false section, we or all the sections in the reading, we are not dealing with assumptions, no fiction. Okay, everything is non-fiction, as in everything is factual information. So there is no room to say if this is nearly similar, this is almost the same. No, if it is correct, it is true. If it's not correct, it is false. And if it is not given, it's not given. You cannot say something like, but it is almost there, the answer is almost there, so it is true. No, so that cannot be there. Okay, so next, lots of students have what to say, when they're practicing with me, they kind of they come up and almost argue with me saying, but it's almost the same, it's kind of same. Please don't make that mistake. Kind of and or almost is not equal to the fact. uh, for example, just because your answer is not given does not mean that there are no words in the statement. That's another thing you have to remember. There might be words, but it will not actually be the fact. This they play it this way so that you get confused between true and not given. Okay, this is where they play. So 10 things to remember when you're doing this: ignore anything that you already know. Do not make assumptions. Read your passage as if that is the first time you're actually reading the subject, even if it is something that you're thorough on. Please don't. Just go into it as a baby, go into it as if you're reading it for the first time. And base all your answers on the text only. Do not base them on your assumptions or your prior knowledge. Don't do that. Identify words that qualify the statement, meaning, what to say, words like some, mainly, often, always, occasionally. So these words are there to test you. So, for example, this is a common example that people give generally when for this. Um, for example, some soft drink. Mm, I'm gonna pick up Pepsi. So Pepsi has always made its drinks in the USA. So now, if this is the statement, this Pepsi has always made its drinks in the USA is completely different from Pepsi mainly makes its drinks in USA. So when I say Pepsi mainly makes its drinks in USA, it means it also makes its drinks in other places. But when I say has always made, it means it's made only in the USA. Okay, so this they play with these words like always, mainly. So please look out for these words. Don't just find the like for example, you will see the word Pepsi, you will see the word USA, and you will just put true. No, it's not true. So look out for things like that. Be careful when you see verbs that qualify the statement. For example, um, she claimed that she is from India. So that means she claimed she is not from India. She is just saying that she's from India. So there is a difference between she claimed she's from India and she is from India. So look out for verbs like this that will trick you. Okay. So this is another thing. Then there will be at least one of the three answers. Okay. So if you get only true, true, false, false, that means you have gone wrong at least in one question. If you have to get true, false, not given at least once, so that is another clue or a tip that you can remember whether you got all your answers right. Then going ahead, um, okay, don't skim and scan. Even though we say that for reading mostly you have to skim and scan, please don't. For reading section, for this for the true false not given, you have to read every part. You will have to read the appropriate part and the text very carefully in order to understand what the author is coming to say or what the author means. Don't look for words that exactly match those in the statements. That's what we always do with synonyms. Just because there's a word in the question does not mean that the same word has to be in the answer. Look for synonyms. Remember, you are matching meanings, you are not matching words. So please keep that in mind. Then, if you cannot find an information, see, your brain is well trained. If you cannot find an information, it probably is not given there. So don't waste time looking for something that is not there. Like I already told you, many of them waste a lot of time trying to figure out if it is not given or false or true. They put in such a lot of effort there, and you hardly get what 1 or 2 marks for that. You cannot sabotage your entire examination just for that section. So please don't waste too much time there. So if you're looking for an answer and you cannot find it, it probably is not given. So that is something you have to remember. And if you have no idea what the answer is, again put it under not given. If you probably have no idea because the answer is not there. You would have read it, you have practiced so much. It's not that you have just gone for the exam. You would have actually practiced. You would have done such a lot of mock tests and practice tests. You would have sat with your trainer. So if you see that an answer is not there, if you're not able to figure out an answer, probably it is not given there. Okay, so this is something that I want you all to remember, so that when you are in the exam hall, you don't have to panic. And panicking alone can help you, lose such a lot of your band. It can really pull you back. So don't panic, just stay calm. One of the key element to getting through IELTS is staying calm the entire while. So stay calm, stay as calm as possible. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, answers are in order. This is not only for this one passage or for reading, writing. Answers generally are in order. When you take a passage and you find answer 1, probably that is in paragraph 1. So your 10th question will not be from paragraph 1. Your questions will be in the same order as your paragraph. So you don't have to go back and look for the answer. Just go through it and keep, selecting true, false, or not given as you go along. Do not waste time going back. Just keep going. So, could you please all of you mute yourselves, please? Yes, thank you. So, yes, no, not given questions are slightly different from, from this true, false, and not given. I don't know if all of you know, but there is yes, no, not given, true, false, not given. So, your yes, no, not given is mostly opinion based. Those are a little more tricky. But your true, false, not given deals with facts. So, you can really be sure if there's a fact there, write it down. So these are the few things that I really wanted to share with you, and I wanted to, remind you and help you keep in mind. So now what we are going to do is, uh, till we, I would like to show you a small passage. Okay, I open the questions first. Let's see. I hope you can all see the passage that's loading. Okay. So I'm giving you just 2 minutes. You can just slowly go through the passage. We really can't solve it just now, but I would like for you to, just go through it. So if possible, just read through it. And so this is a very lengthy passage, you can see. And it has 3 pages, I think. Yes. So there is one page, second page, where again you have to, there's a lot to read there. But this is how your passages are going to be. Especially your academic passages are going to be really long in compared to your general passages. So once you read, this is from one of our worksheet from the IELTS course, from the IELTS intermediate course. So this is one of the worksheet. I will explain about the worksheets after we complete this. So this is the second part of the worksheet, where it starts with vocabulary focus. You have to identify the meanings of these, and you'll have to see where, first you'll have to match them with their exact meanings, and then you will see how to use them in sentences. Then you will make a sentence of your own, and this is really important because this helps in paraphrasing and helping you understand quickly in the moment. So keeping your vocabulary up to date and uh, on point is really necessary. Then comes your true, false, and not given. So this is how your question is going to look like. And based on the passage that we saw earlier, there are some questions here. So let's just look into maybe the first question because probably it'll be in the first half of your paragraph. Yes. So let's just look into this. Okay, I'm giving you a minute to read this, and then I'll take you back to the question and we'll see if anybody can answer me. Yes, please take a minute to read this. Hopefully your answer is there in this. I'm taking you to this section. Yes. So any idea? Experts are unsure as to date and place of departure of early humans migrating from Africa. Anybody knows the answer? Anybody would like to answer? Okay, I have a very quiet set of audience. Never mind. Okay, so this is how your true, false, and not given is going to be like. And then once you come down, you will have summary completion, which again, that's another question of the IELTS. And at the end of our worksheets, you will have the answer key. Okay. Now, for those who guessed true and did not answer, please know that you're absolutely right. So this is how the worksheets look like. This is for the reading section. This is how your worksheets look like. And okay. Yes. So regarding everything that I spoke about the reading section, is there any doubts? I'll come back to, the other part later. So till then, till this, is there any doubts? Is there anything that you would like to clarify? Okay. So meanwhile, I'll show you a mobile app, and once you see it, I would like to explain it to you as well. Very sorry. Just a second. Please bear with me. Yes. So yes, this is what our mobile app looks like. You'll have to first log in, and once you sign in, it'll open up for you. And you have a lot of free products. So let's just go into IELTS online course. You have lesson videos, lesson audios, lesson documents, and worksheets. So let's just click into lesson videos and have a look. So you have 42 different videos on different topics. Starts from speaking, talking about likes and dislikes. You go to speaking, adding detail. Then you have describing trends and changes. Then you have written task 1, reading essential skills, skimming. So it just goes on different type of 42 different type of videos, from reading, writing, listening. You have this different things, and speaking as well. So I'll just play one video for you, and down you can see related videos, so you can
Hi there and welcome to lesson 5. In this lesson we're looking at task 1 writing, and in particular how we
expert will be speaking to you. He will explain most of the videos for you. And now let's just go into lesson audios. Okay. So clicking on lesson audios, we have 14 different type of audios for now. They keep uploading it. This is from the beginners course material. So I'll just play one for you.
I'm a student at the moment at Kingston University in England. My degree is in engineering. I work as a data analyst for an insurance company in Osaka.
This will really be very helpful when you're practicing for your listening and even in general, because it will also help you in your speaking. It will help you develop your pronunciation. There are 20 PDFs. Those are the lesson documents, where they explain how everything has to be done. Just opening up one for you. So this is about speaking, I think. So speaking work and studies, how to put in grammar, speaking practice, question answers, recordings, everything is available in this. And that's what, like I said, there's reading, there's writing, all of it is there in this. Then you have worksheets. There are 31 different type of worksheets. Again, listening, reading, speaking, writing, everything is available. So this is basic writing. So if you see, you can see this is how it is divided. We just don't tell you to write an essay. We give it to you. You go through a lot of things, and only after that you go into the writing, writing an essay. First you just do your vocabulary, you get yourself prepped up. Opening another one for you. Okay, this is task one. So this is task one, academic writing. So the bar graph, how to study a bar graph, how to read it, how to interpret it. So those things go into this. This is the video. You have a lot of other free stuff as well. So this is how your app works, and the app is available both in Play Store and in App Store, and it's free of cost, so you can download it. So you can download it, and just a second. Yes, the link is in the chat box, so please feel free to copy it down from there. So this is how our app works. So now if you see, we offer 3 different courses. So in this, the beginners course material that you saw is free of cost, which is available in the app, and you can access it through the app. Then so all of the courses, beginners, intermediate, and advanced, all the 3 courses, it starts from just 5,000 INR. It's the link for the app is already available, but I'll just put it once again in the chat box for you. You can copy it down. So it starts from just 5,000 INR, and you have 40 hours. And yes, there's a lot of material, and all the material is designed by our British tutors. Okay, all the material is designed by our British tutors. Okay, I'm very sorry about that. All the material is designed by our British tutors and British experts. And when you subscribe to this, you will also be getting one free mock session with our British trainer and our expert. He's also a IELTS examiner, so you will be getting that. You will, I mean, he will be giving you a review session by the end. And for every course, beginners, intermediate, and advanced, you will also be getting a certification by the end of the course. For the beginners and the intermediate, you will have certification that says that I mean, focusing on communication and grammar. And for your advanced IELTS course, you will get a certificate for focusing on the preparation of IELTS. So this is how the courses work. So we have only 4 to 6 students in a batch, not more than that, because it's better if there's only that much focus. So there's this one-on-one attention. But all your speaking sessions will be separate. It will be one-on-one. Apart from this, like I said, you saw the mobile app. You will find a lot of material in the mobile app once you subscribe to our classes. Okay, if you subscribe to our classes, all the materials will be free of cost. You have a choice whether to subscribe with an Indian tutor or a British tutor. And in case you subscribe with an Indian tutor, then you get that review session with our British tutor. And if you register to our app and you find out just now, you will find a contest, an IELTS contest, which is really basic questions about IELTS, how much you know about IELTS. And the first 5 winners are will get one session, one entire session free once you subscribe to our classes. So I would really suggest that you take up the test. It's really fun, so you can go and you can do that. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Does anybody have any doubts regarding the material, regarding the course, regarding our webinar today? I mean the IELTS. Any doubts, any questions? Okay, I had a really quiet audience today, but never mind, it was a wonderful audience, and I'm really happy that. Okay, yes, Mr. Krishna, what course did you not understand? Can you just explain to me? Maybe you can put it in the chat box.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, ma'am, I want to know like if yeah, hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Yeah, ma'am, I want to know like if I paid for if I take this course uh, like I want to write. So how many valuations provided in this course?
How many what is provided in this course, Mr. Krishna?
Ma'am, writing evaluation and
That
speaking evaluation, like
okay, that we have totally, 20 chapters that you have to cover. So you, as long as every of your worksheet asks you for it, there are a lot of evaluations actually. You will be writing a lot of essays, you will have a lot of speaking sections. So totally you have 40 classes, and the 40 classes are equally divided. So this is what happens. And every time you feel that you want an essay corrected, you please feel free to write an essay, and then you can always come and show it to me, and I can give you my feedback. So there's no particular number.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Does anybody else have any other doubts? I would be really happy to, clear your doubts. Okay. So, like I said, even though a quiet audience, I had a lovely audience. So, thank you so much. Stay in touch in the WhatsApp group because, further updates on further webinars will be there. Okay. The fees of the course, it starts from 5,000 INR, and it depends, on certain categories. For example, for your beginners and for an intermediate, after a demo session, I would generally, in case required, I would suggest a supplementary course. And in that cases, your price might increase. Otherwise, it's just 5,000 INR. So it's actually the offer price right now. So the quicker you avail, you can finish with just 5,000 INR. Okay. Any other doubts? In case there are any other doubts, please feel free to um, give us a call or send a message in the WhatsApp group. And for 40 classes which will last for 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so you have 40 classes. I mean, that's what I answered your question. So yes, please feel free to contact us, get in touch. We would really be very happy to clear all your doubts. And like I always say, if there's any suggestion on any topics, please send a message, and I would like to give my next webinar based on the suggestion that you make. uh, Another reminder, please go and fill in, I mean, subscribe and fill in your contest, I mean, attend your contest and submit it, and we'll see if you're the winner, you will get one free class. Okay, so thank you all for today. I'll see you during the next webinar. Thank you. Bye bye.